Upon entering this site, a man could lose his sense of future, not just for the time that must be spent, but for what happens afterward. A prison record is a hard thing to overcome when trying to reinvent one's life. And yet, for quite a few inmates in Virginia's Department of Corrections, the future is literally in their hands. Virginia's DOC has put in place 2 aggressive career and technical education programs to put qualified inmates in a position to succeed with job skills learned on-site. On a muddy day at the State Farm Correctional Complex in Goochland County, offenders are finding companionship, learning compassion, and developing high-level skills as they clean, brush, shod, and care for horses.
We clean them up, do their hooves, take their vitals, their pulse, respiration, check them for dehydration, look them over for any injuries they might have.
In a public-private partnership between the DOC and the James River chapter of the Thoroughbred Retirement Foundation, offenders are developing both hands-on skills and a deep education into the anatomy of horses.
The hoof starts to break down and you start to lose that cushion that is holding up the coffin bone.
Both those skills will make them qualified to work in the wide-open equine industry.
The equine industry is enormous, and there are many, many, many jobs out there that are looking for hard-working, dedicated people who are educated and understand horses. Their mission is to take horses that have retired from the thoroughbred racing industry and give them a home for the rest of their lives. There is a final examination which includes hands-on, bandaging, tacking, grooming the horse.
For Scott Frankel, in the last month of a 3.5-year sentence for embezzlement, a new future is riding along with these horses.
Having come in, my accounting career is pretty much gone because of my crime. But I intend to actually work with horses when I leave here. So it's something I see down the road as a potential career, and maybe I can bring in the education I have in accounting along with managing a horse facility, and those might marry together as a good match.
There's a real bond that you see, there's a real depth of emotion, caring, a responsibility for them that is touching to watch develop.
Well, first of all, I love the horses. Look at this horse. There's not much you can do but not love it and like it. And that's one of the things I think all the guys probably shares. We all love the horses.
And the first one here is the field equipment controller, and the second one is the input-output module, just add some additional sensors to this system.
About 130 miles southeast of the horse farm, another group of offenders are working their way into one of the most important professions in existence: heating, ventilation, and air conditioning.
So what we're going to do now is a combustion analysis testing.
HVAC is a necessity in just about every structure built in America, and the industry is rapidly changing with new green technology and rules. What better way to train for this future than in a $350,000 lab right on site?
Back in 2008, I received a phone call from one of our representatives in Louisiana, working for Johnson Controls. He's working with our prison customer there. We always ask our customers, what are your biggest challenges that you run across? And the Louisiana Department of Corrections said their biggest challenge is recidivism. So our representative down there called me up and said, Jerry, I know you have a lot of facility operation and maintenance assessment and development programs for all of our other customers. Do you think you could do that same type of program inside of a prison, a state prison? And I said, I've never been in a state prison before, but I'll give it a try.
In another public-private partnership, this time with global HVAC leader Johnson Controls, these offenders are getting the highest level training possible for HVAC repair and installation for large buildings. Johnson Control contributed the lab and the guidelines for training these men for this work.
These students are learning things that a lot of technical colleges around the country do not teach. They're mostly focused on residential HVAC equipment and not big commercial like we're doing here. If you're an HVAC tech and you don't know how to work on building automation systems or hook up a laptop computer to one of the digital controllers back there, you're at a disadvantage.
Oh, wonderful. They're advancing me in every way possible in the short period of time I have left.
How long for your?
4 months. My plan is to go home and be a HVAC technician. Hopefully make a good living, take care of my family, and start a career.
We took the block off of our application that asked for felony convictions. We removed that a couple years ago after we started this program. And we have tried to hire some of Mike's graduates in the program, and so far we've been outbid in all the attempts that we've had. So some other company outbid us for the graduates that we have coming out of this program.
The results of these two programs are nothing short of powerful. Virginia's recidivism rate at just over 22% is among the lowest in the country. For offenders who graduate these programs, the number drops almost in half.
This is a very, very good program that's really helping a lot of us that's in here.
What the program has done for me is really kind of given me a sense of worth. It's really built up my confidence.